Hey everyone, today's video is about when y'all get into a car accident together. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's get going. You're used to fast cars and late night drives with Bakugo and Kirishima. The thrill of the road, the speed, the wind. It's what you three do to blow off the steam. Tonight was no different. Bakugo was behind the wheel, his hands steady, but his face wearing that signature scowl, as if he's irritated with the world. Kirishima, sitting in the passenger seat, was more relaxed, one hand resting on your thigh, fingers squeezing gently every few minutes. His way of saying, "I'm here." The city is glowing under the starry night, and the road stretching endlessly in front of you. The radio hums in the background, some rock song you vaguely recognize. You lean back into the seat, letting yourself sink into the moment. Bakugo glances at you through the rearview mirror, and though his expression is fierce, you see the way his eyes soften for a split second. "You good back there?" Bakugo asks, his voice gruff as usual, but it slays with a hidden concern only you and Kirishima can detect. "Yes," you reply, offering him a small smile. "Just enjoying the ride." Kirishima chuckles, turning slightly to look at you, his sharp teeth catching the street light's glow. "She always loved these late night runs, doesn't she? Can't get enough of me," Bakugo mutters, half smirking now, his red eyes flickering back to the road. You roll your eyes but laugh softly. It's moments like these that remind you how much you love the dynamic between the three of you. Bakugo's intensity, Kirishima's warmth, and your own place in the center of it all. It just feels right. But then, it happens. You barely register the headlights coming straight for you, too fast to react. Bakugo curses, gripping the wheel tighter to turn to swerve. Kirishima shouts your name, and then, impact. Everything spins. Your head slams against something, maybe the window, and a sharp pain bursts through your body. But it's distant, like you're floating just outside of it. There's the screech of metal, the cracking of glass, and somewhere you hear Bakugo's furious yell and Kirishima's desperate voice calling out for you. And then, absolutely nothing. When you come to, it's not gradual. One moment there's darkness, and in the next you're overwhelmed by the sensation of soft sheets beneath you and the faint, sterile smell of a hospital room. There's a dull ache throbbing through your head, and as you try to move, your body protests. "You're awake." The voice is low, rough, but you'd recognize it anywhere. "Bakugo." Your eyes slowly focus, and there he is, sitting by your bedside, hunched over. His arms are crossed and he looks angry, or maybe it's more than that. Concern, fear even. His eyes are red, but not from his usual rage. No, this time it's something deeper. Kirishima is beside him, his hair down and looking more disheveled than usual. His usually sunny smile is missing, replaced with a frown. His hand is wrapped around yours, squeezing tight enough to reassure himself that you're really there. "Bakugo?" "Kirishima." Your voice cracks, throat dry. "You scared the hell out of us." Bakugo's voice trembles, and that's when you know he's barely holding it together. "You were out for a while," Kirishima said softly, his red eyes locking onto yours. "Doctor said you had a concussion, but you're okay now. You're gonna be okay." You blinked, trying to remember the crash, the car, the lights, but everything is fuzzy. "What happened?" "Some idiot blew a red light," Bakugo mutters, his fist clenching on his lap. "I really tried to. Katsuki, it wasn't your fault." Kirishima interrupts gently, his thumb rubbing circles on the back of your hand. "You did everything you could. We're just glad everyone's awake." You can feel Bakugo's frustration simmering beneath the surface, but there is relief in his eyes too. He leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees. Damn it. If you hadn't woken up. His voice catches, and he looks away, trying to regain his composure. You reach out, your hand finding his. His skin is warm, and you squeeze it gently, trying to let him know that you're here. You're okay. I'm fine, Katsuki. See? We're all okay. He huffs, but he doesn't pull away. Barely. Kirishima leans over, pressing a kiss to your knuckles. You've gotta stop scaring us like this, he says, but there's a softness in his eyes that you know is just as much worry as it is love. I don't know what we'd do if... She's fine. Bakugo cuts in, though you can hear the tremor in his own voice, the way he's trying so hard to believe it. She's tough as hell. Always has been. You smile softly, but there's a tightness in your chest, the way they're looking at you, like they were afraid they'd lost you. You don't know how long you were out, but it was clearly enough to make them fear the worst. I'm sorry. You whisper, guilt creeping in even though you know it's irrational. I really didn't mean to. Stop, Kirishima says, his voice firm but gentle. You don't need to apologize for anything. This wasn't your fault. Bakugo nods, though he's still looking away. Yes, it was that bastard who hit us, not you. You glance between the two of them, your heart swelling with love and gratitude. You can see the exhaustion in their eyes, though they've probably been sitting there for hours, waiting for you to wake up. How long was I out? You ask, your voice quieter now. A couple days. You've been in and out, but this is the first time you've really been awake. Bakugo finally turns to face you fully, his eyes burning with a mix of emotions. You better stay awake this time. He growls, but there's no bite in his words, only relief. I will. You promise, squeezing both of their hands. I'm not going anywhere. For a moment, the room falls silent, the three of you just sitting there, together. It feels fragile, but in the same breath, it feels unbreakable. You've survived this, all three of you. Kirishima breaks the quiet first, leaning over to kiss your forehead. We're gonna get through this together. Alright. Yes, you whisper, closing your eyes for a moment. Bakugo shifts to press the kiss to the top of your head. Don't get me scared like that again. Got it? I promise I won't. And as they sit there with you, one on each side, you realize how lucky you are. Not just to have survived the accident, but to have these two by your side. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.